The 1967 Mercedes-Benz 250 SE Convertible did not need fins, flash, or loud American scale to make its point. It mattered because it showed how luxury could feel engineered, elegant, and deeply intentional. It carried the W111 two-door Mercedes form into open-air monitoring. It paired that body with Bosch mechanical fuel injection and a 2.5-liter inline-six, and only about 954 of the cabriolets listed in Mercedes-Benz production records. It left behind the feeling of something rare without needing to shout. This is Scholar of the Roads on Two Guys and a Ride. To understand the 250 SE Cabriolet, you have to place yourself in 1967. Luxury convertibles still mattered, especially in America, where Cadillac and Lincoln treated size as status. Mercedes-Benz answered with a different language. The 250 SE convertible did not chase theater first. It led with proportion, mechanical confidence, and a calm sense of permanence. That choice left a mark because it gave the luxury convertible a more European identity. The car looked formal, yet never heavy. It felt rich, yet not excessive. The 250 SE Cabriolet belonged to the W111 family, officially listed as Type 111.023. That matters because the W111 two-door cars carried a different presence than the sedans. Paul Brack's coupe and cabriolet design lowered the visual drama and turned Mercedes luxury into something leaner and more personal. The dimensions support that impression. At about 192.1 inches long, 72.6 inches wide, and only 56.5 inches tall, the car had presence without the oversized theater of many rivals. It was not small, it was measured. Under the hood sat the M129 inline-six, a 2496cc engine with mechanically controlled Bosch six-plunger manifold injection. Mercedes-Benz listed output at 150 horsepower at 5,500 RPMs. Okay, those numbers, however, do not tell the whole story. The important part was the personality. Fuel injection gave the 250 SE Cabriolet a technical seriousness that matched the body. This was luxury with mechanical precision, not decoration laid over ordinary hardware. Here is where the story gets more honest. The 250 SE did not live long. Mercedes-Benz lists pre-production beginning in August 1965, standard production starting in September of 1965, and production ending in December of 1967. That short run gives the car part of its mystique today. Yet it also means it's set between chapters. It replaced the 220 SE with more displacement and fuel injection strength, then gave way to the 280 SE. So the 250 SE Cabriolet began as a bridge car. History remembers bridges less loudly than landmarks, even when the bridge carries the whole story forward. What changed was bigger than it looked. The 250 SE Cabriolet used four-wheel disc brakes with hydraulic dual-circuit system and a vacuum booster. In a large open luxury car from the 1960s, wow, that really mattered. The chassis followed the same logic. Mercedes-Benz listed double wishbone front suspension and a single-joint swing axle rear suspension with a hydropneumatic compensating spring and level control. That hardware reflected a company trying to make elegance feel secure. You're not supposed to experience the car as a fragile object. You were supposed to trust it. Inside, the 250 SE Convertible was not about screens, menus, or digital theater. Its world was analog, tactile, and formal. Even with those limits, the larger truth remains clear. This was a true four-seat luxury convertible, not a two-seat roadster wearing an expensive badge. That changed the emotional use case. It made open-air Mercedes travel feel social, adult, and composed. The Cadillac DeVille convertible, Lincoln Continental convertible, and Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow Drophead world help explain why Mercedes-Benz feels so distinct. The Americans made luxury broad and theatrical. Rolls-Royce made it aristocratic. Mercedes-Benz made it technical and restrained. Which version of prestige lasts longer? The one built to impress a crowd or the one to feel correct every time you return to it? The 250 SE Convertible answers through its manners. It doesn't try to dominate the scene. It asks you to notice the decisions underneath. The second complexity sits in the way people remember the car today. Its rarity draws attention, yet rarity alone does not explain the respect. Plenty of low production cars fade. The 250 SE Cabriolet still resonates because the scarcity came attached to a coherent idea. It combined open luxury, 4-seat usability, fuel injection, four-wheel disc brakes, and the W111 design discipline. That's why the number 954 means more than a production number. It marks how few examples carried this exact balance. Over time, the 250 SE Convertible came to represent a certain Mercedes-Benz belief. Luxury should not have to perform for approval. It should reveal itself through fit, proportion, engineering, and time. This is part of why the W111 250 SE Cabriolet still holds attention among classic Mercedes-Benz convertibles. It sits between the earlier 220 SE and the later 280 SE, which makes it easy to overlook in a simple timeline. Look closer, and it becomes a hinge point. It shows Mercedes refining the grand open car before displacement and status climbed even higher. In the final third of the story, collector interest makes sense as a consequence, not the cause. A documented, complete, well-preserved 250 SE Cabriolet matters because the car itself mattered. The 250 SE Convertible asks whether you value quiet significance over obvious spectacle. Its legacy does not depend on being the loudest luxury car of 1967. It depends on being one of the most composed. The 1967 Mercedes-Benz 250 SE Convertible mattered because it gave the luxury convertible a different kind of authority. It did not use excess as proof of importance. It used proportion, engineering, and restraint. It captures a moment when Mercedes-Benz built prestige around confidence rather volume. The 250 SE Cabriolet was not the end of the story, and it is not the loudest chapter. It was the elegant bridge that made the next chapter feel inevitable. This has been Scholar of the Roads, where history meets horsepower and every mile tells a story. Please give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.